and I lost that $10,000 so fast, it made me sick to my stomach. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to recover from a loss like that. All right, so I've got this thing on my brain, and I've been thinking about it for the last 2 hours while I've been driving. This is a huge misnomer by people, okay? How much do you need to make good income? Where you live. This is the most important part of that statement. Where you live. Do you live in America? Do you live in South Africa? Do you live in Central Europe? What is the currency that you are transacting with every single day? What are the cost of goods sold in that specific area? What is the price of gas where you live? There's a difference between the cost of living in somebody in California versus somebody in rural Kansas. There's a difference between the cost of living of someone in Thailand versus somebody living in Paris, France. So a lot of people don't understand what they actually need to be a profitable day trader. They don't understand that depending on how much capital they start with, they could potentially replace their full-time job's income quite easily, but they're always shooting for the moon. They're always trying to get $60,000 a month in profit. It's absolutely absurd that people think this way. And the thing that irritates me is that nobody really sits down and does the calculations for themselves. I remember when I started out day trading, and I live in Poland, okay? And my goal was to make $1,500 per month, because with the multiplier to my currency, it was 1 to 4. So $1 equaled 4 Polish currency. If I made $1,500, I'd be pulling in 6,000 Polish currency a month. And that is livable income where I live. So that was my entire beginning. How do I make $1,500 a month? What account type or account size do I need to have? And what success rate do I have to have in my day trading to get that $6,000 or 6,000 Polish currency per month? And that's when my Grow Your Small Forex Account strategy or tactic started. Because a lot of people, when they start day trading, they don't have a lot of capital. They don't have thousands of dollars they could just toss into a trading account and, shoot for the moon and make millions of dollars. It doesn't work that way. The whole concept of day trading is risk management. How can you manage your risk? Because every time you put money into the market, you are saying to the market, this is what I'm willing to put up in order to get my reward, if I'm good enough. So I made the huge mistake of depositing $10,000 into my first funded, actual live account after demo trading for an extended period of time. I thought I was the bee's knees, the best in the industry on my demo account. And then I put real money into a live account, and I lost that $10,000 so fast, it made me sick to my stomach. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to recover from a loss like that. And I didn't want to experience that pain again. So I was very timid moving forward. I would only put in small chunks of money, and that was my pay to play entrance fee. And then I started thinking about compounded interest and how much you could make over time. And then that's when the 20 pip Grow Your Small Forex Account challenge thing started. I would put in $20 and I would obviously over leverage and over risk, but I would have successful trades and I would grow that account rapidly. And you have to think about the macro and micro aspect of this. On a macro scale, it's a very small risk because overall you only put in $20. But on a micro scale, let's say, here, let me put up the spreadsheet, this side. This is the spreadsheet. You're basically trying to get 30% profit on every single trade to go up in these levels. So let's say you're around level 10. The risk per trade is an absurd amount of money. When you're at level 20, it's an absurd amount of money. That's the micro level. But if you're looking at the macro, you only risked $20 for this account. And so I did this challenge and I failed. I didn't keep track. So many times it hurts to think about. But I knew that eventually if I got to that level 30, I'd have enough capital for a traditional, personal trading account. And I would just trade that with the lower risk, 0.5% per trade, 1% per trade on the risk side, with the reward 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2. And so I eventually did it. And I told myself I would never do that again. It was absolutely stupid. But what I learned through the process was that I was able to get to level 10, 12, 15 fucking consistently. And that was the breakthrough that I had for most people. Most people can mentally fit in their head. It's that shoot for the stars and you land amongst the clouds type of scenario. So let's say you're shooting to complete this thing to get $20 to $52,000, but you got to level 10 and it was easy, but after that it was hard. Look at the dollar amount for level 10, okay? Now, this is where the fun part comes. Let's say you took your $20, you got it to level 10. You now have $212. That's massive. You have money that you made from the markets day trading. $212. Now, if you were to just stop doing that Grow Your Small Forex Account challenge right then and there, and you have $212, okay? You just take that money and you put it to the side for just a second, and you run the numbers, okay? Where do you live on planet Earth? What is the average cost of living to have a sustained, comfortable lifestyle where you live? Is it $1,500 like I had? Or do you live in America where if you had $5,000 a month, you'd be comfortable. You'd be able to pay your rent. You'd be able to buy groceries. You'd be able to buy gas, all of the above. Now, you need to work backwards. I made a previous video on this, but you need to work backwards. So let's use my example. I needed $1,500 a month. Now, if I broke that down into trading days and I took the results from my back testing and my forward testing and my demo account, and I saw that consistently I was able to make 5 or 6% profit on my trading account per month, what total account size would 6% get me to that 1,500, right? And so if you do the math, if you take a $25,000 trading account and you make 6% per month, you will make $1,500 a month. Now you need to come up with a way to make $25,000 to fund your trading account, right? Wrong. There are other methods to do this. The whole goal, I'm going to keep drilling this into your head. The whole goal is to risk as little amount of money as possible for the maximum amount of reward. That's the name of the game of all of day trading, and it will always be this way. So you did your Grow Your Small Forex Account challenge, right? You took $20 and you made it to $212. Fucking awesome. Good job. Now take that $212 and how do you turn that into a $25,000 account? You use a prop firm. That's what these prop firms are for. It's an interview process to the company that is willing to give you money. You interview with this company that you want to work for, and you prove to them, hey, I'm good at my job. It would be a good idea for you to invest money into me, and we can split the profits. That's the whole concept of prop firms. So you take your $212, you go to Funder Pro. That's the company that I use. You buy the $25,000 funded account challenge, right? And then you prove to them with your skill set that you are able to pass that challenge. Once you've passed that challenge, they give you a live account with real capital in it that is $25,000. You trade that, you make the profit, and you get your 6%. You get your $1,500 a month. And that's the solution. And guess how you got to that solution? You started with $20. And now you're making $1,500 a month? That's an insane return on investment. All you need to do is first practice. Practice with paper money. Practice on a demo account so that you don't risk any of your capital until it is a sure thing that you can pass, that you can take that $20 to level 10. The goal is to practice before you implement because, again, it's a risk game. If you put in real money and you're a brand new trader, you will fail because you don't know the ins and outs. You don't know the routine. You don't know the strategy, the entry points, the best risk management. You have to practice those things. But you only need to do that for a few months. Take the time, do it for a few months, get the certainty and confidence inside of you, and then deposit that 20 bucks. Try to get it to level 10. The goal obviously is 30, but just push. Knowing that the goal is 30, push it. And then once you get to level 10 and you feel like, oh, I can't get past level 10, then stop. Take that money, buy a funded account challenge, and trade that thing. You have forever. There's no time limit anymore. It used to be 30 days. You had that pressure. Now there's no pressure. Get the $25,000 account, pass the challenge, and get the funding. Then make 6% a month. If you have a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, that's 3 good trades per month. That's it. So if you have a 100% win rate, you only need to win 3 trades. If you have a 50% win rate, you need to trade 6 times. The numbers do not lie. It's your brain that gets in the way. So what I've done for you guys on my website, there is a free link to download the Grow Your Small Forex Account challenge. Get started on that, but practice on a demo account first. Then once you've gotten comfortably to level 10 numerous times, deposit 20 bucks, do the Grow Your Small Forex Account challenge, take your $212, go to Funder Pro, use my coupon code. The normal price of the $25,000 account challenge is $239. But if you use my coupon code TMA15 and then click apply, you will get a 10 to 20% discount on this. So it'll bring it to that 212 bucks. This is just my rant. I've been thinking about it and how do people get to the point where they can make money but risk the least amount of money, right? Just take that as it is. Sorry for ranting. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got some value out of it, drop a like and we'll see you in the next one.